scribble. You know how to scribble. My lightning is not so good, so I'm gonna work out what's best at the moment. I had a problem trying to set up, so yeah, I think this is good. So today we're working on scribble, how to scribble to create art. So this is gonna be pretty rough and straightforward as usual. So with this, let me tilt my camera a little bit more so you can see it much better. Sorry about that. All right. So with this, I was working on it and I decided to stop and just give a tutorial on it. All right. After you're pretty certain with your layout, right? You would pretty much just move your pencil, right, lightly, not so much, you know. You just move it lightly, but you bear in mind that wherever there is shadows, right, wherever there are shadows, you would go over it a couple of times, right? So you just keep moving freely. You move freely. Remember not to apply too much pressure, because we would apply a lot more pressure after everything we've agreed on everything. So right now we're just doing rough sketches, and don't be afraid to go outside the border. That's the whole point, right? To just do scribbles, right? And when you're working on scribbles, it's pretty much you move freely, right? You move freely. You just move freely. You don't restrict yourself too much. So here we have to define the outline of the coat. So with that, we're just gonna go darker to define the outline of the coat, as you can see, right? Right, and we keep moving. So like that, you define the outline. You just pretty much use scribbles, right? You do a lot of scribbles. You don't think too much when you're working on this one. It's just scribbles that you're doing, just free lines. In any place that you want to define it pretty well, like the outline of his coat, you emphasize on it, you darken it a little bit more, right? So yeah, we're gonna do that. You move, keep moving freely. And here there's gonna be a little bit shadows because his shirt is gonna produce shadows. So we're gonna emphasize on that area, right? And when you're scribbling, make sure you do it in an S form, right? Just S form. No pressure, just easy, soft and easy like that. And it goes. All right. So when you come here as well, hey, Kevin, who's Kevin? So here, you come here as well, his coat, soft, no pressure, just easy scribbles, right? And you keep on doing, but when you get here, his coat is gonna be folded, right? So you do curves, emphasizing on those folds, all right? And the same applies to the top part here. Right, you do that. You move. And the same applies to this side. Basically, when you're doing the shadows, when you pay attention to this wiggly line, you realize that this part is inside, right? So wherever it goes inside, it means there's shadows here as well. You see how this place bumps up and this one comes down. So if this one comes down, that means there should be shadows here, right? That's the trick you have to keep in mind, right? You have this and you apply the line and you keep on scribbling, right? Don't think too much when you're doing this, because there's gonna be a lot of mistakes, and in the mistakes, that's when you're gonna find the voice of what you want to create. So you keep scribbling and keep moving like such. Right, you don't think too much, you just keep moving. And remember, the shot here, you have to darken it a little bit because shadows is going to be beneath it. And here, you see these wiggly lines, what we did here, we're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to double the lines here to emphasize some sort of shadows, and fold it because his body is tilted, so this place is going to be a lot, there's going to be a lot folding going on in this area. All right, then we keep on moving around looking for areas to put our details. Exactly. So here, his coat, underneath this area, there's going to be a little bit shadow, so we're going to go in it and just do that again. You just do that again. You see what I mean? To draw more emphasis on this area, right? It's not that difficult if you understand these things, right? So you do that, and when you come to his neck part, obviously under his neck there's gonna be a lot shadow, so we're gonna keep that place darkened. Alright, we're gonna go a bit like this for his face. Pay attention to how I'm shading his face. I'm shading it in a more circular motion. Right, this kind of form doesn't require a lot of erasing or thinking too much. You just relax, and this is a really therapeutic, you know. You do it and you're not thinking too much. You just let your pencil flow, right? And whilst you do it, you just put your mind at ease. I like to do this when I'm on the train going home from work after I had a long day, and I'll just take my sketchbook. I have a smaller sketchbook, not this big one. I have a smaller sketchbook that I'd be doing such things into it. So here, his jacket, we darken it, and the hair, right? We're gonna have that again. So when you look at it, or when you think about it, it's you're not doing much, but gradually the image is unfolding itself, right? And don't forget to add some context to it, right? Just scribble around it, make it look like it's blazing. You basically don't think too much when you're working with, you're doing such things, right? You just enjoy the flow, because you don't want to stress yourself getting the line so perfect, and that's the whole point of it, to help you relax, right? So you just keep moving. All right. And something that I also want to talk about is, hey, Ishmael, how are you doing? Something that I really want to talk about is color. You know, we're not going to color this one, but we can think of the coats that he's wearing to be dark. So with that, we're going to add more scribbles, lines. Hey, how you doing, Ishmael? We're gonna add more lines as we proceed, right? And you don't stress. Just do whatever you want, but make sure you are within the, should I say, premises of what we are working with, right? This is very therapeutic, you know. I don't think too much. You just relax and you scrabble your way around it. All right. So here, I'm gonna think of it like there's more light coming in from this direction. There's more light coming in from this direction. So this area, I'm gonna make it a bit more dark, and whilst this area is gonna be brighter, right? And so I'm gonna go in and make this place a lot more darker. Right, this is the outline of his shirt, what is wearing within it. So you have to emphasize on it by darkening it, making it a lot more darker. And we'll come in here, and the outline of his jacket as well. We will try to emphasize on that. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Ishmael. Emphasize on that. Right. So you see that that line is much more, should I say, clean, obvious. Yes, that's the right word I'm looking for. It's much obvious. So I'll just work more on that, shade it a little bit more. And as always, you keep scrabbling, you know. You scrabble up, keep scrabbling. All right, you try just keep scrabble. Remember the shadows. The source of light is coming here. So underneath his arm here is gonna be much darker. Right. The light is coming here, so there's gonna be diffuse light area. So here is gonna be a little more brighter. Right, but we're not going to stress too much about those details, right? We're just going to take our time and polish it with the source of light and these minute, should I say, minute emphasis. I don't know if that makes sense. Hey, what's up, Momonga? It's been a while. How you doing? Good. That's nice, man. Glad to hear from you. The other day I was looking at your profile picture and I was thinking, this looks good. Maybe I should make a drawing about this image. I really like the anime, you know. I was thinking probably I could sketch it and write your name on it. But I was like, probably that day you might not come around. So the source of light is here. So under his coat, we're gonna make it a bit darker. All right, and his arms here as well. You know, you don't think too much when you're doing these things. That's why it's called scribbles. You just move your, but whatever you're doing, make sure you do it light. All right, you don't make it dark because you what you're doing you're not sure. After you're sure, you confirm of what you're doing before you decide to apply more pressure to your pencil. But if not, you just go easy. Right, you just easy. And his hair as well, we're gonna darken his hair because we're certain now of the hair. So cool. Hey, thanks, man. So we're gonna apply a little more pressure around the hat. I want to emphasize around his hat. So I'm gonna darken it some more. Right? Right, make it what do I say? More emphasis in it. All right, make it pop some more. All right, in this area, shade it a little more. And the back, because the source of light is here, this place is going to be much brighter, and the back is going to be much more darker. All right, now this area is looking much more, should I say, good or realistic. And also under his hat, there's gonna be dark shadows. So you make sure you don't forget those emphasis of his hair. You do there. Now his coat. Yeah, exactly like this. Put more emphasis on those parts. I wanted to use pen to do this thing. It would have been much better if I had used pen. Because pen is going to be much darker. And it's going to makes it pop more. But anyways, when I'm done, I'll grab my pen and I'll apply the highlight. So when you're done with this scribbling, you would, like I was saying, you go back around it, and some areas you would emphasize it some more. The shoulder, the shadows underneath his jacket. All right. Put more emphasis here. Right, so this place pop more. You get what I mean? When I'm almost done, I like to go in and add a little bit of soft shadows on the folded areas. Make to make the drawing appear much more smoother. All right, so this area is jacket, we darken it. This area, we're gonna darken it. And here, his folded shirt as well, we're gonna darken it, right? Here, give it a little bit. And his armpit, we're gonna go a bit darker in that area. Because remember, this is the source of light. So when the light comes in, this area won't be hit. So we're gonna go a lot darker in that area. I'm gonna give him a pocket here. Yeah, just because we can. So we give him a pocket here. My pencil is getting blunt. I need to sharpen it. There you go. Bark with the crisp lines. So yeah, here I'm gonna draw in a little more. when you're shading, you would please pay attention to the areas of the strokes that are down, because that's where the shadows are going to be. All right, you keep that in mind. That's a key information. You see, for this area, my stroke goes wriggles. So this one goes down. So I'm going to shade this area much more. And that is how you get the folding effects of the jacket. Right? Then you repeat the same thing in other areas. And that's how you get that. I'm gonna add a little bit of texture to his coat so it doesn't appear all overexposed. Add a little bit of texture, but not too much. Make sure the lines are not too tight together. Yeah, just like that. Don't be afraid to express yourselves when it comes to the scribbles, alright? Because there's no rules to it. You just do whatever you want, alright? But with the guided principles, of course, alright? Alright, so that's about it for today. If you was able to watch me live, thank you for joining. If you're watching pre-recorded, thank you so much. Thank you for like. Thank you for subscribing. Hey, Momongo, you're back? You went for a coffee break? All right, I'm gonna pull back a little bit. Then you can see the entire board. Hey, hello, Nude. Hey, appreciate that, man. How are you? Hey, thank you. Hey, Momongo, where you watching me from? I never asked you that. Hey, Germany. Hey, man, nice to meet you. All right, guys. So that's all for today. There's one more thing that I would have to work on that probably tomorrow. So tomorrow I want to be working on this one. All right. I want to do this tomorrow. It's pretty late here. It's about 1:20. So I gotta get ready for bed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be working on this scribble tomorrow. So if you wanna participate in it, if you wanna join the live, kindly show up tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for, and we'll do this then the day after tomorrow. So yeah, there's a lot more that we have to work on. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. God bless you and have a good day and good nights wherever you're watching me from. Peace out.